association with Butch Lewis Productions, presents Boxing Tonight. We're live at the Trump Castle in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Hello again, everyone. I'm Charlie Neal. Would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to our series of monthly bouts here on BET in association with Butch Lewis Productions. And tonight we come to you from Atlantic City by the sea, and we're by the bay at the Trump Castle Hotel and Casino. Working with me, first of all, on my left, Leland Hardy, the heavyweight. And when we talk about one of the main events for this evening, Leland, we're talking about a young man by the name of John Super D. Duplessis. He's out of New Orleans, Louisiana, going against a young man by the name of Chiqui Torres. He is from Puerto Rico, only fighting for the second time in the United States as a professional. Super D. Duplessis is one of these young men who is an up-and-coming fighter. A lot of people know about him. What is he going to have to do in this fight tonight to continue his string of wins?
Well, Super D's got to be impressive tonight. First, because he has a very impressive record, 32 wins, 1 loss. He's coming in against a guy who could be a veritable spoiler in the making. Juan Torres coming in and has every making of an upset. But I think Super D will handle himself and acquit himself well.
Okay, Prince Charles Williams, the IBF light heavyweight, is with us also. When you talk about a young man who has been fighting out of the country, he's only been living in the United States for a year and a half, only his second professional fight in the United States. What kind of a problem does that pose?
That can create a big problem for him fighting here in the state. He's not used to having his hometown behind him, and fighting over here in the United States where it's supposed to get his hometown can play a big part in this fight.
Okay, now when you talk about one of the other fights, the first fight that we're going to see tonight is a young man by the name of Shabazz, and he's going to be going against a young man by the name of Hopkins, Bernard Hopkins, Khalif Shabazz. Leland, you're a heavyweight. You know a little bit about this guy, Hopkins, right? He hasn't been fighting that long, but he's been impressive so far.
Well, you know, I'm originally out of Philadelphia, and Kid Hopkins is talked about quite often in the gymnasiums, and I know that some of the veterans don't really like to give him work all the time. So that means he must carry a little bit of bang in those punches, and he has an excellent management group behind him. I know Big Rob Murray has had a couple of other top fighters, and he speaks highly of this kid. So look forward to a big banging fight tonight.
You have Jim McDonald, one of our other events on the card tonight, and he's going against a young man by the name of DeVito. Diamond Jim, you've seen some of these guys fight. They've had some pretty impressive fights, both Fort, Bobby Shez.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Jim McDonald is a type of fighter that comes to fight, and Mike DeVito is a tough, gritty kid. You know, he's from Cleveland, Ohio, back close to my hometown, and I know Mike DeVito always be in shape, and he come to fight. So Diamond Jim will have his hand full tonight to get a victory.
All right, it should be an exciting night of boxing right here on BET, and we'll be back with the opening match from the Trump Castle in Atlantic City in just a moment. Stay with us.
Man, what a day. I could sure use a vacation.
Yes, sir. Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste, this bud's for you. Let's look over the rules for New Jersey for boxing. It's scored by 3 judges on a 10-point must system with a non-scoring referee. Doctor referee has the authority to stop the bout, as does the referee. A fighter cannot be saved by a bell in any round. Of course, the 3 knockdown rule is in effect, and the standing 8 count is in effect by the discretion of the referee. And now let's go to our ring announcer, Ed Darien, for the introduction of the first event.
From the magnificent ballroom here at the Trump Castle Casino Resort by the Bay, here in the boxing capital of the world of Atlantic City, New Jersey, Butch Lewis Productions, in association with the Trump Castle and BET Sports, present this evening's big professional boxing card, and is approved by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, the Honorable Larry Hazard, Senior Commissioner, the Honorable Jerry Gormley, Chairman, Lawrence Wallace, and R. Yogi Hiltner, Deputy Commissioners. The Chief Physician in attendance at ringside this evening is Dr. Frank B. Doggett, along with his 2 fine colleagues, Dr. Stanley H. Eden and Dr. Earl C. Shaw. The judges, John Stewart, Rich Strange, and Lynn Carter. The timekeeper to bell is Roosevelt Gilbert. Counting for the knockdown seconds is alternate referee Frank Cappuccino. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 6-round middleweight bout, referee Teddy Pick. And now, my good friends, introducing the principals. First, in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with the black trim. He tipped in at 159.5 pounds. This fine young gentleman has 13 wins, 9 losses. From Hartford, Connecticut. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the Trump Castle here in Atlantic City, New Jersey, Khalif, the Panther Shabazz. Shabazz. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the solid black trunks. He too weighed in at an even, or make it 159.5 pounds. Now this young man has 4 wins and 1 loss. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen, here is Bernard, the Executioner Hopkins. Hopkins.
Well, there you heard the introduction. Bernard, the Executioner Hopkins. This is only his 6th professional fight, going against Khalif the Panther Shabazz, who is fighting for the 23rd time. As you look at the tail of the tape, Shabazz, an age advantage, 5 years there, a little shorter than Hopkins. Weight is even. The reach advantage goes to Shabazz by 1 inch. And this is round 1 of a scheduled 6-rounder. This is a junior middleweight bout. You know a lot about Hopkins. We talked a little bit about him before, Leland, and he just comes out wailing. This one may not last long. He's all over Shabazz, and he just knocks him down with a good right. When I say this won't last long, I mean, it didn't last long. You never got a chance to say anything. This one is over. It is history.
Before the fight,
I don't think this lasted 30 seconds, did it?
He really jumped and pounced on his man just like his name is the Executioner. He tried to get the job done early, but the word around the Philadelphia gyms and all the old guys say this kid is tough. Some of the old guys don't even want to work with him.
Well, I can see why they call him the Executioner. And I think probably the most impressive thing is that this is only his 6th professional fight, and that's 4 times out of 5 wins that he's come away with knockouts. As you look at Shabazz, who falls to 13-10, they stopped this on a TKO.
That's right. He's got deceptively few fights, but again, the word all around Philadelphia, and he's got excellent corner, an old veteran corner. You got Bowie Fisher, who's taking some guys to the top, and Rob Murray. They speak highly of the guy, and a number of people all over the city are talking about the power this kid possesses, and he's someone to look out for down the road.
Well, let's look at it again and see how quick and just what happened. That Hopkins jumped all over Khalif Shabazz. Shabazz fighting out of Hartford, Connecticut. There's the right to put him down on the ropes, and he never recovered from that. And the referee, Teddy Pick, said no more. He left, and then the body shot.
Yeah, definitely. I think the left hook to the body took more out of him than the right hand. Kind of caved him down, and when he hit him with the right hand, just finished the job off. You know, the kid, Hopkins, he come out and showed that he had a nice punch power. And he did what he's supposed to do.
Gentlemen,
on the old brother and did what he's supposed to do to him.
Seconds of the first round, and a winner by knockout for his 4th straight knockout, Bernard, the Executioner Hopkins.
Took all of 36 seconds to end that
And
one.
have a nice round of applause for Khalif Shabazz. Let's hear it for him.
Well, we'll take a break. Our breaks last longer than that fight. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Years ago, I switched from